Hello there, people of OLPH. Good afternoon once again. This is your lovely pastor coming back to you. And so I'm in a good mood today because hopefully you have heard the wonderful news that we are able to come back into the church once again. And it was wonderful this morning being able to celebrate Mass in the church. And as I told one of our employees as we were walking around yesterday, we walked into the church together, and I said, I know it's only been a short time, but this place never looked so beautiful. And so to be able to be back in there once again is wonderful to us, for all of us. And so I just want to encourage everybody to come back to Mass on Sunday. We do still have some restrictions that we do need to follow. And so if and when you do come to Mass, the face coverings, face masks are still required. And also we have a limit of people of 100 people in the church, but it says 100 people per gathering is what we had instructed. And so we are fortunate at our parish that not only do we have the church, but very close we have the social center and the Holy Family Center. And so the social center, we can get another 100 people in. And with the proper distancing, we've counted out about 75 people can fit into the Holy Family Center. And so we can fit nearly 300 people for each Mass. And we will live broadcast into the Holy Family Center and into the Social Center if needed on Sunday, so that we can all celebrate together. And then we will have our communion ministers come over at the proper time to distribute communion in both of those places. And so we will be able to receive the Lord's body and blood in communion and pray together and be a church inside once again. And so with this time, this is a huge step forward for us, and so thank you all for your prayers, and please keep your prayers to keep this going on for us, and so that more of the restrictions will be lifted, so that one day all of us can sit in the church together once again, and that we will all be there together to pray, and being able to celebrate Mass together, and being able to just come together as community. And so, as we look forward to that, keep your prayers up. Which reminds me that this week, our challenge for people, in order to keep our prayer lives vibrant, in order to keep the prayers for the church, to keep when I say the church, I mean our parish specifically, to keep them up and going, is I would just encourage people. The church is going to be open during the day after the Mass for people to come in and pray. So take that opportunity to come in and pray. If you can't do that, then we also too have our First Friday adoration coming up just this Friday here. And so we have our 6 p.m. Mass with our Holy Hour afterwards, and then the Eucharist will be exposed throughout the night. And so we ask that if you have that opportunity to come and pray and to kneel before the Eucharist, to pray for our parish and to pray for the people of the parish, that we each come together and we will take the opportunity to do that. So that's our challenge for this week. I know it's for some people it might not seem like a very rough challenge, but I think if we all accept that challenge and take that time, that we will reap the benefits of that as a people, as a parish. And so with all of that. And so with also too, we have our 3-day weekend coming up. And so we have Labor Day coming up. And I remember last week we talked about Labor Day and how our labor does mean something to God. And then we invoke the prayers of St. Joseph the Worker during those days. And so I would like to remind us, each one of us, as we gather together to do whatever we're going to do on Labor Day. Hopefully we can have a traditional Labor Day barbecue with our family. But whatever it is that we do, that we take some time to pray that prayer to St. Joseph the Worker, and we invoke his help and his prayers to move us along, help us move along and move forward as our laboring in our little corner of the vineyard of which God has put us in charge of, that each one of us will say our prayers to God in thanksgiving, and also say our prayers for one another as well as we lift each other up in prayer. And speaking of lifting each other up in prayer, there's going to be something that we're going to have at the entrance of the church that I'm going to put up, just to let you know. So I'm going to have two bulletin boards that are going to be at the entrance of the church. And one will be for the recently deceased, and one will be for the people who are sick. And so if you know of anybody who fall into either of those categories, we will have slips of paper and tacks that you can tack their name up on the bulletin board, and we will invoke the names that are on the bulletin board as part of our prayers of the faithful at Mass every day. And then also, too, I know that in another parish where I was at that did something similar to this, there were various people who took it upon themselves to just maybe look at the names and maybe remember two or three of the names and they took it upon themselves to offer prayers for the people, whether it be the repose of the soul or for the healing of somebody who might be sick. And so that's something we're going to do so that we can pray together and pray for one another in our need, because we all have different needs. Some of them are physical needs, some of them are spiritual needs. And so with all of that, we pray for one another as well as praying for ourselves to God, that God bring us all together and bring us closer to Him and closer to His Son. So that's what's going on for this week. It's a beautiful week for us. I hope to see you all on Sunday back in the church where we belong, and we will once again rejoin our celebration there. And like I said, if we have too many to fit in the church building itself, we also have the Holy Family Center as well as the Social Center that we can accommodate everybody to come. And so please come again on Sunday, and I hope to see you all there. And I'll be looking forward to seeing each one of you, praying with each one of you, and all of us receiving the Lord's body and blood at Mass, which is what we gathered for. So have a great rest of the week. Have a beautiful and wonderful Labor Day, and I hope to see you all on Sunday. God bless you.